Ladies, I'm here on the show, and I'm here on the show. We're here to talk about, wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about a little bit of wrestling news, from last night. I was going to do this last night, but I was like, fuck it, I'll just record it when I get up, whenever I feel like it. Probably like 12, 1 o'clock, it's like nearly 1 o'clock, so I'm going to film this now. Let's go over a little bit of wrestling. So let's talk about, the first thing we want to talk about is the WWE. Their report is the WWE employees, they're currently prohibited from trading stocks. Read this article here. According to a new report, WWE employees are currently prohibited from trading stock following the retirement of Vince McMahon. WWE is currently undergoing many backstage shakeups as for the first time ever they are actively building a future without the guidance of Vince McMahon. McMahon stepped down amid investigations of sexual misconduct, as first reported by the Wall Street Journal. Recently, it was noted in a filing that that McMahon forfeited a number of shares of his stock as part of his retirement. Now, a new report from WrestleNomics reveals that WWE staff is currently prohibited from trading any company stock. Um, Please be advised that in light of recent developments, the company's trading window is closed effective immediately for all employees, stated a message from Senior Vice President and Assistant General Counsel James Langham, per the WrestleNomics report. Until further notice, you are prohibited from any purchases or sales of company securities. You are also instructed not to speak about others with this note. Um, so basically, they're prohibited from currently talking about the stock. They're like they can't instruct. They're also instructed not to speak with others about it. They're prohibited from any purchases, so they can't purchase or sales of like company securities. So basically, WWE's like prohibiting them from from trading stock, basically, without McMahon. So interesting, interesting news right there. Um, Next story we want to talk about is a lawsuit. We have a lawsuit here, ladies and gentlemen, against Vince McMahon. We have a report, a lawsuit has been filed against Vince McMahon, The Rock, WWE, and more over XFL trade secrets. So basically, a lawsuit has been filed over XFL trade secrets. According to PW Insider, a lawsuit against Vince McMahon, World Wrestling Entertainment, Danny Garcia, ESPN, Dwayne Johnson, fuck off the screen, and others. On the fucking screen. Oh Lord. Dick Ebersol, WWE Chief Financial Officer Frank Reddick. Um, Frank Reddick. Frank Riddick's wife Carol, and many others were filed on July 20th before the United States District Court for the Northern District of Texas by David Adrian Smith related to the XFL Football League. Smith alleges in the lawsuit that on May 10, 2016, he disclosed confidential trade secret information via email to Carol Riddick, including market analysis, opportunity analysis, strategic analysis, and other business information regarding a concept for a minor league or developmental league spring football league. Smith alleges that in his first email to Carol, he told her, "Please feel free to share with Mr. Riddick, but y'all keep it under your hat until we have a chance to discuss how to proceed, or that has not merit." Smith reveals that he had a back-and-forth series of emails with Carol Riddick, with her asking several rounds of questions, and Smith providing answers and further analysis of the opportunity, including further trade secret information. Smith stated that the correspondence stopped after he received no responses from Frank Riddick or Vince McMahon with feedback on what Defendant Number 1, WWE, learned from their previous failed venture. Smith is alleging that the Riddicks disclosed the information and trade secrets. Smith also alleges the information was brought to Vince McMahon, who then shared it with former NBC executive Dick Ebersol and his son Charlie, as well as ESPN, and that the trade secret information was used in the production. of the ESPN 30 for 30 documentary. This was the XFL, a year after Smith and Carol Riddick were exchanging emails based on the timeline. Smith is alleging that since WWE sold the rights and trademarks of the original XFL to McMahon's Alpha Entertainment, it was due to members of the WWE board, McMahon and Riddick, being involved as they knew of Smith's trade secrets, and that Ebersol launched the AAF as well, in part due to his knowledge of the trade secrets Smith possessed. Smith is also alleging that when Alpha Entertainment filed for bankruptcy and the XFL was purchased by Dwayne Johnson, Danny Garcia, and the remainder of the current owners of the XFL, his trade secrets were disclosed / conveyed to and acquired / received to the new ownership without Smith's authorization. Smith is requesting, among other things, a declaration that the defendant's actions as alleged were unlawful, an injunction to prevent any actual or threatened misappropriation of his trade secrets, an injunction to prevent the defendants from engaging in unlawful acts, an order from the court conditioning that future usage of his trade secrets result in royalty payments, an award from damages brought by the unjust enrichment of the defendants from using his trade secrets. Award of damages from the misappropriation of his trade secrets, with the figures estimated at greater than $15 million. Court costs, pre- and post-judgment interest adjusted for inflation, and anything else the court deems appropriate. McMahon officially suspended XFL operations on April 10, 2020, laying off all employees. As noted in the complaint, Luck was fired on April 9th. The XFL filed for bankruptcy on April 13th. A group led by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson purchased the XFL in August 2020. The league is set to resume activities and operations in February 2023. That's the article right there. I think this is nothing but a money grab. For whoever's suing the XFL, Vince McMahon, WWE, Danny Garcia, The Rock. I think it's just a money grab. Like, nothing's gonna come out of this. So this is just a pointless lawsuit, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, next story. That was a long story, by the way. WWE declares quarterly dividend for Q2 2022. They declared its quarterly dividend on July 28. As the second 2022 fiscal quarter comes to an end, WWE's announced its quarterly dividend for its stockholders. 7/28/22 from Stamford, Connecticut, announced that its board of directors today declared the company's regular quarter dividend of 12 cents per share for all Class A and B shares of common stock. The record date for the dividend will be September 15, 2022, and the payment date will be September 26, 2022. So, there we go. That's basically the quarterly stock for Q2 here of 2022 for WWE. AEW Dynamite on July 27, 2022. Viewership increases 6%. Demo number rises slightly. Viewership numbers for the July 27th episode of AEW Dynamite are in. According to Showbuzz Daily, AEW Dynamite on July 27, which was headlined by Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia, drew 976,000 viewers. This number is up from last week's episode, which drew 910,000 viewers. This is the highest viewership total the show has drawn since July 6th, so good ratings there. It's up from last week. A really good show, at least really good ratings. Okay, I thought the video ended. The show posts a 0.33 in the 18.9 demo. A demographic, which is up from the 0.32 rating the show posted last Wednesday. It ranked number 2 in the day for cable, ending the 5-week streak that the show charted number 1. So the ratings were up. Demo number was slightly up, but pretty decent. Decent ratings. The last thing I'll talk about is Bobby Lashley. He talked about he wanted to be on a match with Gunther at Survivor Series or later in the year. Bobby Lashley is interested in facing Gunther. Bobby Lashley has proved that sometimes reaching the pinnacle of WWE is a much longer road to the top than intended. This most recent run for Lashley has resulted in his first run as WWE Champion and several runs for the WWE United States Championship, which he currently holds. Gunther, on the other hand, is a rising star. Currently, Gunther is undefeated on the SmackDown roster and is the reigning WWE Intercontinental Champion. Gunther is also a name that Bobby Lashley wants to wrestle, at some point before the end of 22, potentially even Survivor Series. I think an interesting matchup that I heard a couple of times is Gunther Bobby Tails BT Sport. I think just him beating my counter on the other show. I think it's something that is kind of intriguing. He's a tough competitor. I mean, he's doing some big stuff, and he just went right up to the top, right away. So I think it's an interesting matchup. It's a matchup that I think we can kind of build towards. Maybe we can do that at Survivor Series, or we can do that a little later on in the year. But it's something I'm definitely interested in, says Lashley. For anything else, Bobby Lashley must once again, retain against Austin Theory at SummerSlam. I mean, he say he believes Austin Theory can be a multi-time champion, so yeah. But yeah, that's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying for wrestling news. Leave your thoughts on the wrestling news in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. But leave a like, comment, and hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Upload these type of news videos every day. WWE news, NBA, NFL, MLB, NASCAR, you name it. Even F1 and IndyCar, I'll do some race reviews on those for some races. But yeah, until next time, thank you for watching.